You open your phone, and there it is. A photo of someone else's perfect vacation. Another influencer's flawless body. A stranger's life that looks effortlessly better than yours. You don't know why, but something inside you sinks. A subtle whisper starts echoing in your mind, you're behind. You're not good enough. You'll never have that life. You tell yourself it's just the internet, but it still gets to you. What if I told you the ancient Stoics, who lived 2,000 years ago, could predict this exact kind of mental suffering? And what if I told you they left behind tools, not just to survive it, but to become completely free of it? If you've ever felt overwhelmed, envious, or empty because of social media, then keep watching. Because by the end of this video, you won't just see social media differently, you'll see yourself differently. We often treat social media anxiety like a modern problem. But in truth, the Stoics understood the core of this suffering centuries ago. It's not about phones. It's about what the mind does with what it sees. Epictetus, a former slave-turned-philosopher, once said, "It's not things themselves that disturb us, but our judgments about them." That quote alone can shatter your relationship with social media. Because it's not the photo that causes envy, it's your interpretation. It's the comparison, the story you tell yourself, "They're better, I'm worse." The Stoics trained themselves to become immune to external appearances by mastering internal perception. And this is where your power begins, not by escaping the internet, but by changing how you see it. Social media thrives on comparison. But comparison, as the Stoics saw it, is a poison to the soul. Seneca warned, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, who is poor." Every scroll feeds your craving. More likes. More beauty. More lifestyle. But the Stoics would ask, who taught you to crave this in the first place? Who made you think you need that life to feel valid? The answer is the culture around you, external forces trying to shape your internal world. Stoicism flips that. It says, build your own values. Define success inwardly, not outwardly. Then no algorithm can control you. And no stranger's highlight reel can shake your peace. Let's go deeper. Imagine this, you post something you're proud of. A picture. A thought. A moment. But it gets fewer likes than usual. Instantly, you feel invisible. Lesser. Maybe even ashamed. This is what the Stoics called the tyranny of externals, letting your peace depend on what you can't control. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and a master of Stoic thought, journaled to himself, "Ambition means tying your well-being to what others say or do, sanity means tying it to your own actions." Social media anxiety is built on the lie that validation equals worth. But Marcus knew the truth, worth is something you cultivate, not something you collect. When you rely on likes or followers to feel good about yourself, you become a slave to the crowd. The Stoics would say, that's the opposite of freedom. Epictetus taught that real freedom comes from within, from mastering your own reactions, not the reactions of others. When someone insults you, he said, remember that the pain is not in their words, but in your decision to be hurt. Now apply that to a comment section. Or to a day when no one notices your post. The Stoic doesn't crumble under silence. The Stoic stands firm in knowing, my value is not on trial. My worth doesn't fluctuate with feedback. I am the judge of my own soul. But how do you actually live this? The Stoics practiced a mental exercise called the view from above. Close your eyes and imagine yourself floating above the earth, first above your house, then your city, your country, and finally the whole world. In that vastness, do likes really matter? Does that follower count define your purpose? Or do you realize how fleeting and small it all is? This is not about nihilism. It's about perspective. The Stoics wanted to liberate you from illusions. And social media, more than anything, is a factory of illusions. When you rise above it, even for a moment, you see clearly, peace isn't found in a screen. It's found in silence. Now let's talk about envy, perhaps the most corrosive emotion triggered by social media. Someone else is living your dream life. Their relationship looks perfect. Their career is thriving. Their body looks like something out of a movie. And you, sitting on your couch, feel the tightening grip of self-doubt. The Stoics would say, that feeling isn't about them. It's about you, and your forgotten ability to define what actually matters. Zeno, the founder of Stoicism, believed that the only true good is virtue. Not beauty. Not money. Not fame. But wisdom. Integrity. Courage. And self-control. These cannot be faked with filters. They can't be bought. They can only be earned. When you envy someone, pause and ask, do I actually want their values, or just their image? Would you trade your soul for their likes? Your peace for their performance? The Stoics trained themselves to admire character, not glamour. To respect discipline over display. What if instead of envying the rich influencer, you respected the person who gets up every day and does the hard things in silence? What if success wasn't loud, but quiet, humble, and built slowly from the inside out? That's Stoic success. And it's available to you, right now. Another practice the Stoics used was negative visualization. It sounds dark, but it's powerful. Picture losing what you're so obsessed with online, the attention, the praise, the illusion of perfection. Now ask yourself, who would you be without it? If your value disappears with your account, was it ever real to begin with? Seneca said, "He who is brave is free." And true bravery today means this, detaching from what doesn't serve your soul. Let others chase applause. You chase virtue. That's a game no one can take from you. Finally, the Stoics didn't just teach us how to avoid suffering, they taught us how to transform it. Social media anxiety isn't a curse. It's a signal. A wake-up call. It's your soul whispering, this isn't fulfilling. There must be more. And the Stoics would agree. Marcus Aurelius once said, if it's not right, don't do it. If it's not true, don't say it. What if you applied that to your digital life? What if you only posted what felt aligned? What if you stopped consuming things that made you small? What if you treated every scroll like a choice, with consequences? This is not about quitting the internet. It's about taking back control of your mind. The Stoics used journaling, reflection, and intentional solitude to cleanse the noise from their inner world. You can do the same. Try starting your day without your phone. Give yourself 10 minutes of silence. Ask, what do I really want today? Not what others expect. Not what gets clicks. But what strengthens your soul. That's Stoicism. It's not a theory. It's a way of walking through chaos with clarity. And when the anxiety creeps in again, when the feed makes you feel small, pause and remember, you are not behind. You are not lesser. You are not broken. You are a human being, worthy not because of followers, but because you're alive. Because you can choose your next thought. Your next breath. Your next step. That is your power. And that's what the Stoics always wanted you to realize, you are stronger than you think, freer than you know, and more valuable than any number on a screen. If you found value in this, don't just scroll, subscribe to Stoic Hustle and build the mindset that nothing can break. Your discipline is your freedom.